Hello, hello, everyone. We are here today for Throwback Thursday. Throwback Thursday. We will open the room up and get started. Welcome, welcome, all of our smiling faces. Here we go. All of our smiling faces. Yes, yes.
Hello.
Let's see who has their virtual background for Throwback Thursday.
Oh, I don't even have mine, LaDonna. Sorry. I'm not sure if I got it.
That means somewhere along the line we missed some of them. So we will wait and get everyone into the room, and then I will see what I can find for everyone. I don't even have mine up yet. So it's the beginning of the year, and we started all of this just in January. We started new backgrounds. So some have them, some don't. And then we had a glitch with Throwback Thursday earlier in the month, so that set us back. So welcome, welcome, everyone. Welcome, Raul, Kelly, Angela, Heather, Sherri. We have a couple of others said they were going to be joining us this morning. But while we wait on them, let's go ahead and heat up the chat. Put all your appointment information in there. How do we reach Raw? How do we reach Heather? What if we want to text Kelly or Sherri or Angela? How would we do that if we don't have the information? Don't make us look for it. Once we have to look for it, we forget to go do it. It passes us right by. Has everyone ever done that? Oh, I need to reach out to Sherri. Oh, I don't remember how to reach out to Sherri. Oh, I'll do that later. Let me get this done. Okay. So, all right. So let's do that. While you guys are heating up the chat, I'm going to look for backgrounds to see what I can find. All right. And once we'll give you a few minutes, well, just a minute or so to do that. And then we will do our introductions, and then we will be turning over to our speaker, Sherri Leopold, today. And Sherri always brings valuable information. That is something you never want to miss. When we have speakers, which is every time we come on, they give valuable information, free information, those golden nuggets flying everywhere. All right. Woo-hoo. Love it, love it. Get that chat heated up. Heather was fast. Heather was fast. I'm never fast at that. I'm usually last. Oh. All right, Heather, why don't you get us started off? Introduce yourself. Give us a good pitch, not an offer. Let's do something a little bit different today. Your introduction will be your pitch today with no offers. Just give us your 30-second pitch. That's what we're looking for. And after Heather, we will move to Kelly. Heather's like,
you're just throwing me on the spot this morning, aren't you? I guess it's afternoon for me. Hi, I'm Heather Halverson with Just Different with Heather. I help busy entrepreneurs reach their goals with a proper mentorship. And can you imagine your life once you've reached all of your goals? Reach out to me and let's make your goals happen.
Wow, look how much that was, Heather. Wow, and I love that you use mentor on there. That is a word we don't always hear on our introductions or our pitches, and that my ears really heard that, and I love that. The only thing that I would recommend is repeat your name at the end.
Yep.
That's it. That is it. It was great. It was great. Kelly, and then let's go to Raw.
Sorry, I was trying to write something down. Hi, everybody. My name's Kelly Doran, and I have actually found a true affiliate program where our team is starting an initiative to where we're going to lock arms and help everyone 4x their investment. And your investment starts at $125. So if you would like more information, I'm putting my information in the chat with my text number. And again, let me know. My name's Kelly Doran. Thank you, LaDonna.
That's awesome. Great job, Kelly. Great job. And let's go to Raw, and then we will go to Angela.
Good morning, everyone. Well, good afternoon to some of you as well. And Sherri, I'm excited to hear you. You know that. Thank you guys for having me. I do mental health conferences. I love to do trauma talks, and that's what I do. My information is there. I'm just excited to hear everyone today. Thank you.
Awesome, Raw. Awesome. And Angela, let's go to you. Come on down, and then we will go to Sherri.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Angela. I am known as the Mistress of Sexuality. I am a leader in the sexual concept where I help people relieve stress through the art of intimacy and sexuality. So you can reach me in the chats over here. Nice to see everybody.
All right, that's awesome. And Angela, the only thing I would recommend is at the very end, repeat your name because we want people to remember your name. Sherri, let's go to you.
All right. Thank you. Woo, that's a hard one to follow, Angela. Thanks. I am Sherri Leopold, the CEO of Option Creators. I love offering you options to help you stand up and stand out as the unrepeatable miracle that you are, with one of the options being the Wow Warrior platform. Let me help you shine. And that is a joy for me. Once again, I'm Sherri Leopold. Thank you for being here today.
Yes, she had her tongue twisted after Angela spoke. I'm telling you, I love it. I love it. All right, everyone, we are going to turn over this event to Sherri Leopold for the next 25-ish minutes. Yes, that is a new vocabulary word, 25-ish minutes, a new number. So, yeah, Sherri, take it away as you always do a fine job.
Thank you so much, LaDonna. I always appreciate sharing, and sharing is caring, right? As she said, I'm Sherri Leopold, and today, actually, we're going to be talking about the ever-changing landscape of customer acquisition, which simply means where are you finding your customers? So I want to see a show of hands real quick. How many of you have been in business more than 3 years? First, just raise your hand. I gotta put myself, put in gallery view here. Hang on. There we go. Okay. Awesome. Okay. So how many of you have been in business 5 years or more? Awesome. All right. How about 10 years? Me and LaDonna. All right. So that gives me an idea. So I want to talk today about customer acquisition and how it's changed over the years. Since it's Throwback Thursday, we're going to look at the way it was and now look at the way it is. So over the last 20 years or so, customer acquisition has undergone a significant change, largely driven by advancements in technology, shifts in consumer behavior for sure, and the evolution of marketing strategies and how those have changed. So I want to break down for you a little bit of some of the key transformations and why that has happened. The first is the digital revolution. The rise of the internet and digital technologies has revolutionized customer acquisition. If you don't know what I'm talking about, customer acquisition is just where you find your customers, right? 20 years ago, businesses relied heavily on traditional marketing channels such as print ads. They used newspapers, magazines, the local thrift ads, things like that, and direct mail. So today, though, digital marketing channels such as social media, search engines, email marketing, and content marketing dominate the landscape. You know, the internet has made it so much easier for businesses to reach a global audience and target customers with precision through data-driven advertising and personalized messaging instead. Yay for digital. The second is actually the shift to online platforms, right? With the increasing popularity of e-commerce platforms and online marketplace, Amazon, Etsy, Printify, Shopify, like you name it, there's, a bajillion of them, right? This shift to online shopping has transformed customer acquisition strategies because businesses are so invested heavily in optimizing their online presence, the user experience, how they purchase, and using conversion funnels to attract and retain customers in the digital space. Even if you're an MLM, they're using the same things and they're adapting their technologies. The third is social media influence. So this is the advent of social media platforms like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, and every other threads. You can keep going for years. It's fundamentally changed how businesses connect with their target audience. Social media allows for real-time engagement and two-way communication, right? And viral marketing campaigns that can rapidly spread brand awareness and drive your customer acquisition. I want to point out an example of, if you think about the Pink Stanley tumbler, that was an example of a viral campaign. And look at that. I mean, they sold bajillions, right? And it was no different than the cup they had on the market before, but they jumped into an unexpected demographic and did something unexpected, and it went crazy. And they made a lot of money. The other thing I want to talk about is influencer marketing. So that's actually something that has very much changed over time. Way back in the day, it used to be you might see a celebrity or somebody with a product, but today it's not just celebrities, just people who have a lot of people following them, right? And it's emerged as a very, very powerful strategy to leverage the social media personalities to endorse products and services so that you can reach those new audiences and drive that customer acquisition up. So just as an aside, I think Kim Kardashian, if she has your product in her hand and has a picture, or if it's in her background, gets $1 million for that. I think it's way higher if she's actually holding it. But if it's in her frame that you see in here, it's at least $1 million. So that is insane to me, that like that's a thing, but it is a thing. And here's the thing, we don't have to use Kim Kardashian. I mean, I personally have had 11,000 people on my personal Facebook page. I am not a celebrity, but there is something to be said about when someone says something good about you or what you're doing, that's capitalizing on what someone's doing, and it's a way to reach people you wouldn't reach otherwise. So the fourth one is data analytics and personalization. And I actually really love this. So I want to talk about the advances in data analytics and customer relationship management software. So generally we don't say those words, we just say our CRM. But whatever we're using to track our own customers, right, has enabled us to to gather our and analyze and leverage our vast amounts of customer data that we bring in, right? But we get to be able to take that information and then tailor the marketing efforts and personalize a customer's journey. So that includes targeted marketing, email segmentation to personalized product recommendations, and dynamic website content, because businesses get to deliver highly relevant and timely messages to their potential customers, increasing the effectiveness of their customer acquisition efforts. So I'm going to use, let's see, who do I want to use? Let's see. I'm trying to think if I can use somebody who's on the screen. Let me use Kelly. Like, I'm just going to talk about her patches, right? Like, so she has in her CRM where she's tracking her customers, she's had 10 conversations with somebody who's had pain, 10 conversations with somebody who's had trouble sleeping, for example. Those people in her CRM will have tags: sleep, pain, and here's what she does. Now, her email newsletter that she sends out might be in 3 or 4 different forms. Why? Because the product highlighted in that email marketing will have one that highlights a product specifically for the person in pain, right? That tag goes to that one. That newsletter goes to that one. This product over here with sleep shows this product and goes this. Everything else is the same. You just duplicate it, but that's targeted marketing so that those newsletters go out to those people who have already expressed an interest in that product. That's how you up that. You're speaking to your target audience. That's what that data analytics and that personalized customer journey can do to up your customer acquisition. The other thing is mobile revolution. This is crazy. Everybody's got their computer in their hand now, right? The proliferation of smartphones and mobile devices has transformed how customers interact with businesses and how they make purchasing decisions. So mobile apps and mobile-friendly websites are absolutely key, right? It is so important. There's so many even that are location based. I don't know if you've ever been using, for example, Google Maps or Waze or something like that. And all of a sudden it pops up and says, if you're thirsty, and it gives you a suggestion to go to somewhere that's near you. That's their targeted marketing. And that is how they're upping their customer acquisition right here on the phone, because most people have it in their hand or in their pocket, right? And that's another way that the mobile revolution has changed that customer acquisition. Like, for example, targeted ads even on Facebook. And you're thinking, you say something and all of a sudden you're like, wow, I'm seeing this. That's what that is. They are following what your interests are, right? And the thing is, you can do that too. And the one thing I want to talk about on this mobile revolution topic is, if you have a website that you have designed, be very, very clear and sure that your website shows up correctly when you go to it. Oops, I just went to YouTube. That it shows up correctly when you scroll, that somebody doesn't have to go left, right to read a sentence up and down. It has got to be able to just scroll up. If you don't, you're chancing losing any customers you would acquire through the mobile side of that. People will not tolerate that if they go to a website and it's not mobile friendly. The last point that I want to talk about in how this has changed over the years is online events. We cannot dismiss that. We are here right now in one as we speak. And while this is not like Facebook or Twitter or any social media platform, the likelihood is that we are connected on those platforms. It is how we are talking to people, right? So therefore, we can't dismiss the fact that online events are crucial. Like 5 years ago, 10 years ago, well, maybe not 5, maybe longer than 5, but even 5 years, I think it's changed so much. Most of the events would have been in person. Today, so many of them are online, right? And here's the great thing, that with the development of that online capability, you now get to take what you do global. That is so to your advantage. Your customers aren't just where you are in your local area. They're everywhere. They're in different countries. They're all over the place. Expand and utilize those online events so that you can, it's kind of like skipping a stone in another country. When you land one customer and they go tell people, now your ripple of blessings and your ripple of customers develops everywhere you land that first stone. So be sure to use those online events to expand that customer acquisition. The overall customer acquisition has evolved so much from the traditional mass marketing approach to a much more targeted, data-driven, and personalized strategy that does leverage the digital technologies, the online platforms, to reach and engage with customers in much more meaningful ways. We get to be closer to our customers as a result of the ways that we get to acquire our customers today. One of your keys is going to be adaptability and innovation, because that's going to continue to be key for businesses seeking to stay ahead in an ever-changing customer acquisition landscape. Why do I say this? because the way it is today will not be the way it is 2 years, 5 years from now. You have to stay on top of where your customers are buying, the way they are buying. And that is an ever-changing thing that you need to adapt to as a business owner. So I actually want to now, I'm going to have you guys do some interaction with me. Will somebody on mic and volunteer where their last paid customer came from? Come on now, be brave.
I had reached out to someone on Facebook.
Awesome. So social media. Awesome.
Yep.
That's great. Okay. And on that social media, I want to ask, has that evolved from the way that you've done it before? I know you haven't, Heather, haven't been in you. I don't think you had your hand up in business as your business is fairly new. Is that how you have started, or has that changed over time?
I've realized just how my messaging out, how I'm talking to people is, because before it was very quick to almost pitch what products and stuff, and now I'm building more of a relationship. So I want to find out who you are before I say anything about my business, if that makes sense.
100%. And that was like golden nugget the size of a mountain. If you didn't write it down, you should. I'm curious, how many times do you think you need to be in touch with a customer before they purchase? Do they meet with you once and buy? Does it take 3 times, 5 times, 10 times?
I would say 5 to 10 times.
Okay, good. Awesome.
Easy.
So on that note, I just want to point out that the average today is 12 to 20 times. It did used to be 5 to 7 times, but do you know that a very, very tiny percent only follow up once? And if they get ghosted, or they don't get a response, or they don't have a successful sell, they drift away and leave the lead to go cold. The majority, like 98%, be in that 2%. And when you don't get an answer, you have to ask yourself, is the vision of what I want to create big enough to push me to continue to follow up and keep those continual touches? It might be a direct message. It might be a post. It might be something you tag them in. It might be something to invite them to. It might be just a reach out saying, how are you doing? Oh, it looks like you had a fun birthday party with your kid. They don't have to be all sales. What they're talking about is touches, right? 12 to 20. You need to pay attention to what your potential customers are doing to be able to grow that business of your dreams. Does anybody else want to share where their last paying customer came from? Yes, LaDonna.
Before I do that, I want to say something, is that I was at a class the other day, and the lady teaching the class was telling me slow cookers is what she calls them. It could take up to a year sometimes to get that customer. Never let anyone go. Just touch it. Like Sherri just said, touch them. It doesn't matter what it's about. A birthday, send them a card, send them a message, whatever it is. It doesn't have to always be about business. They want to see that you are a person. You're human. You're not a robot. You're human. You don't have them stretched out to on your CRM to do it for you. You are doing it. My last customer, you know what? I think all my customers come from social media. I'm just going to be awesome. I mean, that's just,
Yeah, and that's not surprising. So don't feel like that's like a weird answer. I think that's actually a very natural answer.
yeah, because even on my e-commerce business, they come from social media. So
Right.
that's where my prime source is. And one thing I want to do, Sherri, is I want to get out there in person a little bit more. I will tell you, I love wearing my pajama pants and my nice blouses all day long and staying in the house. But
We all know now.
I do. I just love it. I just love my comfort of the house, being here with my fur babies. And, but I do know I need to get back out in person a little bit. before COVID, I was way out there probably too much. And now I'm too much inside. So yeah, I think we have to be, I'm trying to say is that you can't put your beans all in one pot.
I was just going to say, are all your eggs in one basket? Because you know what happened when people were doing everything in person and doing everything face to face and one to one. And then COVID came and said, I'm taking your basket. I took your basket and now you don't get to do it. And so that was where there was a big like, oh, now what do I do? Right. And so it is important that's why we talked about these various things, the CRM and those automation tools that you use, like email marketing, like newsletters, like those touches and things like that are critically important to have integrated into your marketing so that you're not that one trick pony. They don't know you only one way when you show up at the chamber event. That's it. They should see you on social media. They should know who you are. Kind of like what Heather was saying, you have to show up as a person. People buy from people. They buy products from people, but they buy the person first. And so how you show up, whether it's in their inbox, whether it's in Messenger, whether it's a voice message, or a text, or you call them, for heaven's sakes, just if you have somebody's number, call somebody. I mean, it's fine. Like, people actually generally really like people, and so they don't freak out if you call them. And if they can't answer at the time, they don't. I mean, but the reality is that puts your person before your business because people got to buy from you as a person. Yes, go ahead, LaDonna.
I wanted to add one more thing to what Sherri has been saying and Heather has said, and then I want to hear from the rest of you as well. But right before this call, I had an appointment with another one of our members. He's not able to get on very often. He was getting very frustrated. He works with me in my coaching program and my strategy program. We do a lot of posting. We do a lot of emails for him. And he was getting very frustrated because he wasn't getting the clients he thought he should be getting. And it was so cool. Today he said, a gentleman from a center called him, reached out to him, not called, but reached out to him. He couldn't remember where he seen him. Was it LinkedIn or Facebook or an email? But he reached him because of something he kept continually posting about. Okay. So he didn't catch his attention the first time, the 10th time, maybe the 25th time. But what is open now is this guy owns a trauma center in Mexico. And now when they leave the trauma center, they're going to be able to reach out to this member to get further counseling. Now, how tremendous is that for his business? I mean, Trevor was beside himself. Trevor's only been able to come to maybe one or two meetings, events with us. So some of you may know him, some of you may not. But wow, how tremendous is that? What a hookup. So you never know when your huge customer, where they're going to come from or how or when or where, but they're coming.
You said the word, but not out directly, and it's consistency. That goes along with social media. I find that that's true with a lot of business owners. If I post once a day about one thing, my people should know what I do, and it's actually not true. It's not true. They don't, and there has to be different forms, and that's a whole nother topic, I know. But this is one of the joys that we have in social media. If you have a post, create a reel out of it and put music to it and put it up as a reel. It's the same thing, but it's a different audience. And I won't say their names because they might be listening. The social media platforms like that. They want that. And you may think, I don't want to do reels. I don't want to go on there and put myself on there or whatever. Fine. Put your information, put a couple slides about what you're talking about on it. They don't have to be people. I mean, people like faces and they like people. So I prefer to have that in a lot of my reels. But if people don't want to be the face of their product, that's up to you, but I also encourage you. You might think I don't look right, or I don't have this, or I'm nervous about it, but I got news for you. People buy from people, not from pictures.
And
No
you know
matter what you
what?
look like, they buy from you.
And if your hair is not just perfect, you don't think it's perfect today, shoot it anyway. Because guess what? Nobody cares. Some people may say something, some people may, but guess what? You'll be noticed anyway. Put it out there. Put it out there. It doesn't matter. And you know, and I teach when people come to my strategy classes, when you make a post, make that post into an email, make that post into reels, make that post into live, shout it out to all the mountains. And that means all the platforms, everywhere, anywhere, alignable, wherever, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, TikTok, it's all out there. If you don't know how to do it, Google it, take a class, call one of us. So many times I hear people say, well, I don't want to spend the money to learn TikTok. Guess what? You have to spend money to make money. You just
Well, here, I'm going to tell you something right now, LaDonna, if it's okay. I have an event coming up May 16th, and it's called Let's Connect. It is a networking event, obviously. I have 4 beautiful people speaking. One of the people speaking is speaking about TikTok, and her topic is how I made $34,000 in 4 weeks. What are you doing? Get your butt in that event. She's somebody that is already doing it. And if you don't like the idea of making $34,000 in 4 weeks, please don't join us. But if you do, you should get there. What is she? She is a 50-some-year-old woman who's a visibility strategist. She knows how to do it. You got to spend money smartly and learn the techniques. Like, I'm going to tell you right now, I know, because I know her, she is not going to come on here and tell you need to dance to some weird tune. That isn't how she made that money. There's a very distinct strategy to it, and it's probably not what you think. So don't get in your head about what you think it has to be. Go find out what you actually have to do.
Yes, absolutely. And LaWanna Parker is another one that spends a lot of time on TikTok. She talks about, she's on there every single night. She's doing something. Find out what she's doing. If you need to tweak it a little bit, join LaWanna, join Sherri's ordeal in May. I'll be there in May. You have to, and like the 7 of us here today, we showed up, and look how much value we are getting out of your membership. You know, it's amazing what we learned. Last night, Marty Green was on. Oh my gosh, look how much we learned just from doing what we should be doing anyway, is showing up. Showing up is key. Consistency is key. Angela, what are you thinking about what Sherri has said? Any questions you have, comments? We want to hear from Angela.
I'm so glad to hear about the TikTok thing. I don't usually do it, but it's something I've been thinking about. So I'm glad to hear that today. I do a lot of podcasts. So I haven't been heavy in social media. So it's good to hear some of the things that I started putting together is actually on the right track. So yay! I'm excited.
Yes. And Angela, I hope you're taking your podcast and creating posts with it, and reels and video, the whole work. I mean, I'm all about remanufacturing the same items, the same product.
Yeah, I need to do the reels. I've done posts, but I haven't done the reels. So I'm glad that came up, and I just made a note on my phone to work on that tomorrow, because tomorrow is my off day.
Yes. Emails. Don't forget about those emails.
Yeah,
They're
emails.
powerful.
Yeah.
Sometimes we don't hear from people on one thing, or the first 6 months, or the first year, or whatever, but they're watching. They're watching. They're going to come out from under the covers one day and blow your mind away.
Yes.
Raul, let's hear from you.
Amazing, Sherri. my whole take on this whole thing is because like everyone speaks about 2020 and the pandemic, and everybody get caught and everybody ended up on Zoom or ended up on social media or became camera friendly. See, I've been doing this from before, way before. Whereas I said before, when I say I do a live, I have 100 and something people used to be looking at me, and I had all this happening and I got hacked. When you get hacked and you're thinking about LaDonna is my follower, and LaDonna is always on my lives, and then you pop a live on and nobody knows that you're there. Trust me, while people were getting accustomed to the camera in 2020, I had to revamp, figuring out, wow, Sherri, LaDonna, Heather, we have Angela, we have Dr. Lawana, we have Kelly on here, and all of these people that were my followers are now in the front of the camera. Now everybody's doing the same thing. And then I had to figure out a different niche altogether, how I could be different. And this is always my way of thinking. The TikTok thing, think about this. I'm live on TikTok in Times Square, and I have 100 and something people watching me, and I'm excited about that. And they're on my live. Whereas I met a girl from China, comes up with her live, and she and I are connecting, and she got 4,000 something people looking at her. And she's doing this all day. All day. She told me right there on the live, she's like, listen, I can show you. All you need to do is walk around. And I make money by this all day. All day she does that. Just walk around New York City on a live, and she makes money. So these things work. They really work. Thanks, Sherri, for this amazing time. I gotta run because I have to jump on a call with my lawyer for my divorce. This is a mess. But
Good luck. Good luck, Ra. You know what? I just want to point out, like, even just with the conversation, the things that we think work or we should work are not necessarily the things in our head that we think we should be doing. And I'm just going to encourage you to be open, because sometimes if we can get stuck in that, well, this is what I've always done, or this is the only thing I know. So just be open about that. I would love to hear from Dr. Lawana about her TikTok and actually the impact that doing something that maybe you wouldn't think would have been expected, and how that's impacted your business.
Are you asking me now? All right. Well, I went on there at the urging of a friend. She was a business coach, and I was thinking like a lot of people, oh, they're dancing and they're doing all these crazy things, and that's not me. And she told me, no, just go in there and talk about what you do. So I just started with videos, and once I got the first 1,000 followers, they sent me a message saying you can now go live. And that I have really enjoyed that. I did not think people would be interested in learning about yesteryear, learning about how did you stay married for over 50 years to one person, you know, spiritual questions. Young people ask a lot of questions on there. And the most important thing for me is that they let me tell stories. I love romance, and I get to either tell them or read the romance to them. And they accept it. So that's been a blessing. I have not tried to do anything far as money is concerned, but I do get some money because TikTok rewards you when people send you those roses and things. That translates into money. And so I have received money because of that. And I have been thinking about how I should maybe change it and start thinking about money. So I will be looking forward to your May event. Please make sure I know when it takes place. But yes, TikTok, go and try it. You'll love it. Especially
I
if
love
you like.
that. And you know what? Just based on what you said, I would say you could probably easily share an ebook for $9 that was how to increase the romance in your relationship. And it would probably, you have it here. It would take you 30 minutes to have it figured out and finalized, because all the information you have. And when you're doing those lives and say, hey, if you'd like more of this, grab my ebook. It's just $9. Change your romantic life by tapping into this. And I tell you what, if you had 1,000 people, I don't know, I think 1,000 times 9 is 9,000. So, I mean, that would be a nice little boost. Just saying.
Yes, it would. Thank you.
Well,
I've
well,
actually have
Wanda,
all
maybe you and Angela should
5,500.
get together,
Woo!
you know, all of her knowledge on romance in a different way and all your knowledge about romance in another way.
That's awesome.
So, let me tell you, you never know what you're going to get when you come to one of our events. That is for sure. And who you're going to meet up with. Kelly, I would love to hear from you. What are your thoughts on what Sherri has said today, or anyone?
Well, I'm like blown away, overwhelmed. I took a whole page of notes, but I write big too, so that's good. But now listening to you guys, I've always been, or no, we've been taught sort of stick with what you know and focus on that. But now that you're talking about Reels and TikTok, I'm like, maybe I need to sit with my granddaughter this weekend when she comes over and say, all right, let's get me on TikTok. Because my daughter said to me, Mom, why are you wasting all your time with all these companies you're hooking up with? When you do so much with mushrooms and plants and that, why don't you get onto TikTok and start talking about your plant-based lifestyle and monetize it that way? And
Honey,
like,
I'm going to tell you, if you would put your recipes that you've made, that I've seen that you've put on there, if you would compile those in the same book, like I just said to Dr. LaWanna, and you went on there, and even if you just made one while you were live, or you made a video or whatever, and you can speed them up so that it can go really fast, if you did that, you'd sell it right and left. I mean, this is the thing. You can do Reels, of course, on any one of those companies. This is the thing about showing up as yourself, everybody here. When you show up as yourself, no matter what you do, when people fall in love with you, they will follow you through whatever you do because they're interested in you. That's the thing. That's why I always say it's so important to brand yourself, to show your face. Don't worry about what you look like or if you're dressed perfectly or whatever. Show up as you authentically. People will buy you first. So when you show up as you, they'll follow whatever you do. If you go to different companies, this and that, they'll follow you. I have people that I've been in network marketing for 26 years that have bought from me in the company I'm in now, that bought from the company I was in first. Why? Because I'm the common denominator.
Right.
And I've remained true to me. So keep that in mind. You are the best product you'll ever have.
Thanks. I'm excited.
Yeah, can I just say that also, there's a lot of people who do cooking on there. And there's even a guy who does plants. He talks about how to care for plants. And another one who reads poems. So it doesn't matter what you want to do. You can do it on TikTok and you can accumulate an audience almost, well, it's pretty fast. Let's put it that way. I've been on YouTube and Facebook for years, and I have far more followers over on TikTok than I do on those combined. So the people are there. They're just waiting for you. So take advantage of it.
And, you know, I want to add to what Dr. LaWanna, well, all of you have kind of said in a way, shape, or form is, and you've heard me say it a million times, think outside the box. Everything does not fit inside your box. Think outside the box. Make your box bigger. Because when you're in sales, and when I say sales, I don't mean MLM businesses. It could be, but sales, you're selling yourself. Let's just forget about any products or any services, like Sherri said. It's the trust. So that's yourself. People want to be, it's not like it was 25 years ago where someone's knocking at the door, selling you an encyclopedia. They don't care who you are. They just care about what you're selling. It's not like that anymore. People don't care anymore. If you're selling a coaching program and SpongeBob is selling one and Scooby-Doo is selling one, they're going to buy from who they know, like, and trust. So sell yourself. I'm telling you, go ahead, sell yourself because you are anyway. So get it in your mind, you're selling yourself. Know, like, and trust. And think outside the box. This is one time in your life you do not want to fit in the crowd. You want to stand out. I know you guys think I'm crazy. My long hair at almost 60 years old, you don't see a lot of anymore. And, you know, I love my lipstick. I love my eyeshadow. I love my pink glasses. I'm always smiling, usually wearing pink and the loudest one in the room. It's okay. Guess what? Everyone's going to think, what in the hell is she doing? What is she thinking? And that's okay. Because
This is why we're friends.
I want to tell you what they're thinking.
You just reminded me of something on TikTok. Sometimes I don't feel like putting makeup on. TikTok has these special effects and they will put makeup on you. I mean, sometimes I look so glamorous. I'm going, whoa, is that me?
It is okay.
You're right about the people. I have people who come on because they know my age, because I don't hide my age, and they'll go, did you remember to eat today? Did you drink water? Are you okay? But I love that makeup feature. Oh my God.
Yes, you have to stand out, however it is, stand out. And that's branding. It truly is branding. People know you. Once they start knowing you, they're going to say, well, she's always wearing pink. She's always the loudest one in the room. She loves to speak. She loves to talk. Those are qualities, guys. These are qualities. Yours is going to be different than mine. And if it's not, you need to make it different, because just showing up and blending in doesn't work. People don't recognize you. People don't understand. Look at Heather. Darn it. Heather, I'm going to tell you, my friend, you have come such a long way. I still remember Heather coming to her first, second, third, and she would sit there and she would not say a word unless I called on her. I mean, none whatsoever. I couldn't even get her to smile. And look at her. She smiles now. And now when I call on her, she is ready to go. Right, Heather? You're ready. And it's
I've
just
learned with you, always be ready.
exactly. You never know what you're going to get. But you do know you're going to get quality, right, Sherri? Every time we show up together, you're going to get quality. So I did do a screenshot. I hope everyone got it. I see everyone has retrieved their backgrounds. Even Sherri has retrieved hers now.
I did one as well, LaDonna. I'll post mine too,
Okay,
because
perfect,
I did one after I put my background up.
Okay, perfect. That's even better. Good.
Yeah.
So please take these backgrounds or take a shot of just yourself or just you and Sherri together, however you want to do it. Don't care. I just would love for you to go to your social media, whatever, all of your social media, Facebook, TikTok, wherever, however, YouTube, whatever. Create whatever you want with it and tell people what you've learned today, what you want to share with them today. Even if it's one thing that really sticks in your mind, post it. And then go over to the membership group and post it. I really want to emphasize for every one of you, we're not using our membership group as often as I wish we would. And I know some of you have heard this many times. Kelly, put your recipes there. I would love to have more of your mushroom recipes. My husband and I love mushrooms. I don't know if all of you know it, but they're awesome for you. Inside and out, mushrooms are great for you. And I would love more recipes for mushrooms. And you don't have to be a vegan like Kelly to eat mushrooms. I'm not a vegan. I'm in Texas. I love my beef, but I love to put mushrooms with my beef, with my chicken, with my vegetables. So I would love to know more about your product. Kelly's in a new product line that we haven't even heard about yet. Soon, though, very soon. I would love to hear more about that. Sherri, give us more information about your WOW, about your May event. Heather, tell us more about what vacations are coming up that there's great deals on, or more about your money. Angela, I can't wait for you to give us some articles. I am so excited. I'm not picking on you, Angela. You are in a business that majority of us are not in, but we need to learn more about to spice up our lives. So why not you tell us how to spice up our lives? She did a really good, I think I've seen it on Facebook. I'm not for sure, Angela. Right around Valentine's Day, she did a couple of small little articles on how to spice up your Valentine's Day. You know, things like that catches my attention, so I'm sure it catches others. Dr. LaWanna, give us some of your poems, some of your writing. Do some of your TikToks, put them over there. Whatever it is.
Could you put the name of the group in here again? Because honestly, I don't remember the name.
Yes, let me run over and get the link to that real quick. That way I'll just go ahead and put the link in there for us, because I want everyone to really get into the habit of, you know, I don't care how often you post. Don't, you know, if you've already posted once, don't post second till somebody else posts, but post so often, so that we get a good idea of what you're doing, where you're at. I'm telling you right now, anything Sherri does, I want to be a part of it. I'm just going to pick on Sherri right now. I'm not picking, I'm really boosting her up, because if Sherri is involved, I know it's something that I should be involved in, because she only puts herself out there if she's involved in quality events, quality round tables, or what. I even told her, I want to be in your round table. And you know what she told me? I want you to be too, but it's local. I don't live local, but I would not have known that unless I would have asked her. All right, there it is for everyone to grab. So make sure you're putting some information over in there. I don't want to be the only one posting. I know Dar's very good at it sometimes. There's others that are good at it, but post several times a day. I would love it, about different things, you know. One more thing I would like to capture on what Sherri was saying. People buy us, and she did say that several times. I've said it several times. Put a puppy in your lap. Put your dog, you walking your dog. Put your grandbaby on there with you or without you. Those get attention. Everyone loves babies. Everyone loves dogs. You with your husband, you with your children. People want to see you're human. They don't want to see the dressed up LaDonna every time. It's okay if I put my hair up in a bun or a ponytail and I'm out working in my flower bed and they see that. I even put pictures of my roses on there sometimes. I need to go take a picture of my Easter flowers. My little yellow daffodils are up, you know, and they're beautiful. People want to see you're human. They want to see, what do I have in common with LaDonna? They don't want it to be just business. It's a relationship. You're dating. It's a relationship. And you will continue to build that relationship. You want a customer. And if you get one customer and they only buy one patch from Kelly, she's happy. But she would be happier if they bought one patch every month from her for the rest of her life. Imagine. Sherri would
Yeah,
love.
Kelly, I got an idea. I got an idea for you, Kelly. Anybody that you need to just start making bundles, like, and create, that'll be tags in your CRM or whatever, that, you know, people that purchase from you each month get a free recipe every month.
Oh, that would be cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's your
I've got Grace doing that.
golden nugget.
Golden nugget. That's right. I have Grace doing that now, that every time someone buys her coffee or her aromatherapy, she provides recipes for coffee or the aromatherapy now, because she loves recipes and everyone loves recipes. And sometimes we want recipes from someone that we know and they have tried it. It's theirs, instead of just Googling and getting them from someone they don't know, because then they know it's going to work. So, all right, you've got 5 minutes extra, so go post everywhere. Take these pictures and post everywhere in your social media and our group page. And next week we have no events because I'm in Vegas, but you're going to see I'm out there training and speaking. I'm really excited. I'm going to bring back a lot of great nuggets for everyone when I do come back. You'll see lots of posts and lots of new things I'll be doing. But you will get your newsletter. I'm working on the newsletter. So if anyone has an article, a recipe, a trivia question, anything, any events coming up, send them to me now, because I want to get the newsletter up and going and ready to send out on Tuesday. Thank you. Have a great week.
Thank you.
Bye.
Safe travels, LaDonna.
Yes. Bye-bye.